Hello and welcome to the LampPod. It's me, Sam, and you,
Neil. We're back. We did.
And this is the 53rd, for real this time, the 53rd podcast, and not the excellent, well-made, just perfect April Fool's video.
I forgot we did that, and I'm glad you remembered because I would have washed straight past that. But yeah, that was a thing we did, and
that was a thing.
It got a surprising amount of people.
Yeah, we had lots of, obviously, like, watching this on YouTube, you wouldn't see our personal Facebooks, but we had a lot of, like, comments. People like, oh, the fuck, Neil? Oh, god damn it, I hate you.
No, it was, to start with, it was a lot of like, oh, this is so cool. I can't believe, oh, this is wicked. I'll watch this later and stuff.
No way.
and just gradually throughout the day, the comments got more and more vague.
Yeah, but I think, did someone edit their comment or something?
Someone deleted a comment. Someone was like, oh, no way. And then like 10 minutes later deleted it.
Oh, man. And yeah, and like, it was quite, like you said, some people kept it vague, which was nice.
Yeah, no one was like, oh, it's an April Fool's. No one came out and called us out. They were all very, the comments started to become more and more, like interpretive, like you could
part of the joke
see it
almost.
both ways. Yeah, like supporting our terrible agenda.
And then like a week later, we got another comment from a chap, and he was sort of like, "What the fuck? It like cut to black."
Oh yes.
Did you guys realize
that did happen?
Like, yes, obviously we realized.
The thing is, I think they watched it like a day after, so they didn't realize maybe the April Fools didn't click with them. Like maybe they because April Fools isn't really something I think about past the day.
No. The amount of years as well it's gone by where I've like gone, oh yeah, like, it gets like 2 in the afternoon. Oh yeah,
we always do that. We're always like, oh, we should have done something, because I don't think we've ever done an April Fools.
No, I don't think we have.
In all our years,
which is strange because you would have thought like, but it's just planning.
It's weird that we remember 420 despite like openly not being pot smokers.
Yeah. But the thing is with that, there's two things about that. One, I think, is because in our we have a group chat called the Lamppost for context, and every day when it's 4:20, like whoever's on their phone will message.
If you see the time and it's 4:20, you like rush to the chat to let people know that it's 4:20, and that's the whole thing. And
it's very mature and fantastic.
I think like usually 99% of the time, the only time we all say 4:20 on one day is on the 20th of April. So like it's kind of always in our heads. Like we usually get like a week's reminder of being like, just remember guys, week today.
Yeah.
It's gotten sad.
And Max, who I think was on one podcast and a watch along, he one year I think he was like in his car.
Yeah,
so he handed it to his like
sister.
Colleague, and he
I thought it was his sister.
It might have been his sister, yeah. And he
was like,
said,
"Can you just send this message?
This won't make sense, but at 4:20, just send 4:20."
It's a dumb tradition from a bunch of people who never smoke.
Exactly.
So, we're committed at this point. It's been like 5 years.
We're absolutely
in far too deep to ditch.
So that was reason one why I think we always do that one. And reason two is I think with April 1st, it sneaks up on you. You're like, oh shit, it's April. We missed it. Whereas this one, it's like, oh, it's April, so here it comes. We've got 20 days like to prepare.
Yeah, March always seems to be like, oh crap, yeah, that flew by. And then,
suddenly it's April 1st and you're like, damn it.
But it is April.
Yeah. I think the first 420 video we did, we must have like filmed it like 10 days before or something.
Yeah, it was. Well, it kind of became a tradition of just doing it like the weekend before, and then you'd have a week to edit it and get it out, and that was kind of like the fun. Like we'd usually start writing it because they were, to begin with, at least it was a song parody, and then the second video became like a handful of song parodies, and then the third one kind of became its own story. And but the song parodies, we'd always just start writing them like like a week and a half before.
Yeah, that was always like the first thing, and then like
we'd record them like the next day. Usually, it was usually like we'd do a first draft, and then be like, oh, that one line doesn't really work. Change it around a little, and then like the next day we'd be in the studio.
Yeah, which was actually just like a shoe closet.
Yeah, that you have that's pretty well padded.
Yeah,
and us just
all the shoes absorb the sound.
Recording various harmonies and songs and rapping occasionally.
Yeah,
often line by line.
Yeah, it was quite weird to sort of explain that to my parents the first year, and then like each year after it just became like normal.
Yeah,
like the first year it's like, what's Neil doing upstairs? You could just hear like, I'm in love with the 420.
Yeah. Like me doing like the high harmonies in which I'm just shouting as high as I can. And and then we turn them down in post so it sounds more bearable to listen to.
So I was going to say then, like, so spoiler alert, this 420, again, because sort of COVID sort of restricts sort of, what we can do. And we only had a certain amount of time. Uni's, obviously Neil's got a uni and stuff to do. This year, what we probably should have done last year is compiled the sort of the trilogy of 420 videos, put them all together, and that's going to be the sort of 420 video. It's like a special edition, like George Lucas special edition.
Re-edited and continuity'd and...
I've tried to keep it like within reason as well. So
yeah, there's no like new shot. It's not like a Snyder cut. It's not like
it's not a Snyder cut, and it's also not like a 2011 original Star Wars trilogy Blu-ray cut.
There's no McClunkies or anything.
Yeah, exactly. I've tried to keep the essence of each one. So like the first video is the least edited as well, because I didn't want to like. The point of it is like, that was the first video of that style we ever did. It would be strange to change it.
That should set the tone for the rest of them.
So I didn't want to go back through and sort of like redo the color grading and stuff. Partly from laziness and partly from like that's what the video was, and that was how I thought to do color grading back then. And it looks very dark and muddy and like
we no longer, I don't think anyway, have the like raw footage anyway to go back and color grade it. So you'd be color grading.
You are very wrong.
You do.
I have all of the footage.
That's hilarious.
Some of it back.
That is amazing.
I did consider doing like a blooper reel, but I was like, "There's so much to watch.
Yeah,
I can't be bothered."
Yeah,
maybe next year
if we'd have. That's not a bad idea, because obviously last year the reason we didn't do it was because we had a plan for 420.
Oh God, we did.
And it was an insane plan, but it could have maybe worked.
It was so ambitious, and like,
but because so to clarify, to give, because of last year it was 2020, and April is the 4th month, so 420 instead of being the day would have been the whole month. So we were going to release a different, like even like a 30 seconds to a minute parody of various songs every day of the month, every
day of April,
and we wrote like 10, I think.
Yeah.
And then
holy shit,
because I'd be in work, because I used to work at a pub, and I'd be just like writing on the back of like till receipts, just like just like doodling out lyrics, and I'd take a picture and send them to you, and you'd be like, yeah, that'll do. Like, and then obviously the pandemic that shall not be named happened.
Yeah, because we were thinking about it as like one of the like mild hopes that probably wouldn't have happened, but you never know, was like, this is the kind that we wanted to do something that we thought like the Lad Bible or someone would pick up on. Like, these mad lads are doing one 420 parody a day.
Yeah, it was basically just like if we upload every day, maybe someone will notice. Yeah. Like, fingers crossed.
And like some of the most popular videos on YouTube are all within 1 minute anyway, so it would have been, maybe we could have sort of got that market
digestible crap.
Yeah,
that people.
Did we ever get to? We never got to the stage of recording any, right?
No, because we recorded a different song instead that never got released.
Oh yeah. Oh God, there's a whole saga to this thing.
Yeah,
wow.
This is a whole thing, because that almost came out again so basically. We were like, oh, we can't do the 420 plan because we can't get together and film. Because essentially the filming was just going to be like us on a green screen, or us in the garden, or us in the room. Like, it was going to be like very simple, like
simple
3 or 4
set,
shots that we cut between, and we just upload it. And then obviously we were forced to be in separate houses for an extensive amount of time. And that's when we made the short videos that we released in the lockdown, where there's 3 of them. One's Sam watching TV, the other 2 are me, like, getting ready to work out, and then Disney Plus came out, and me in an attic. It was just like, how can we be creative? But on the 20th of April, whilst we were in like the height of lockdown, we planned on releasing a song about lockdown and to like pay tribute to the NHS and to be all grateful for that.
Yeah, because it took the UK's, or like the UK government's like slogan at the time, which was "Stay home,
protect the NHS,
save lives."
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah. So we were like, cool, because I remember this as well. Because I think I was like working, and then I was like, I got put on furlough, and I think I messaged you, and I was like, or maybe you messaged me. Someone was like, "Fuck everything else we've planned. Let's do a quarantine song." And I didn't have a clue what song to do, and you were like on it straight away. You were like, "This is the song.
We're doing this one."
And I can't for the life remember me what it's called. I can hear the tune in my head, but
don't stop.
Yeah.
Go,
everybody.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of the song either. Yeah, I can't remember the original lyrics. Let alone like,
it's like move your feet and feel united. That one.
Yeah.
Incredible rendition. But we actually recorded that. That's all done.
Yeah.
And like mastered as best as we can master it.
We've produced that song. It's out there on one of our computers.
And we actually we did the whole skit as well. The whole video was basically done. We just needed footage.
Because the video was going to be 4 minutes and 20 seconds long as well, if I remember.
Yeah, probably.
I think we were like, this is going up on 420. It's not a 420 video, but we're going to commit to that. Like,
yeah, because it was like height of the beginning of quarantine. It was like, yeah, let's all get through this together. Here's an upbeat song. We
sent out a request to like various friends and family members, being like, "Can you record yourself dancing to this song?"
Which is an ambitious thing to do. And we did get responses.
3 people replied.
Okay. I think I ended up with a folder of like 15 people in the end. So it wasn't too bad.
Oh, that's not too bad. But then, like, by the time we got round to actually, like, that was way after 420. By the time we received everything and were like,
oh god, yeah,
actually in a place to release it. And then the UK came out of lockdown, and we were like, oh shit.
Yeah, and like they changed the slogan as well. It went from that to like something else, and it was like, oh, this is too late, and like it's just.
It was working. Like, wear a mask, keep your distance, but do what you want. Eat out to help out.
That was
and
the
I was
slogan.
just like, okay. Cheers, Boris. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. I mean, maybe one day we'll release it. I was thinking like maybe in a future video, like we could use it in the background or something. Like there's somewhere we can use that music.
It'll probably be.
Or it's like a cutaway gag in something. You know, like we're talking about something way in the future, and we're like, yeah, like the time we made that quarantine song, and it like cuts to a quick bit of the song. Like we can use it somewhere
because it was
there's potential.
It was pretty good, I think.
Yeah, no, I thought it was good.
It was probably as good as like 421, like on a similar level of like just dumb but relatively creative.
Yeah,
which is where that's where we thrive.
Dumb but relatively creative. That needs to be the channel description.
Yeah, we'll have the lamppost and then dumb but relatively creative.
Dumb but I like it. Write that down. That's perfect.
I don't need to. We've got it recorded.
Shit, it's recorded, and I will forget because it's buried 14 minutes into this video. But yeah, so that's coming out in 3 days as of this recording. It'll probably be out by the time this video's gone out, perhaps. I don't really know, unless I try and get this out real quick. We're recording this on a Saturday morning for context.
Which is weird.
Yeah, unusual.
It's nice though. Is it nice in Bristol at the minute? Is it nice out? Have you looked out the window?
My curtains are all closed.
Okay.
For the
I've been out down by the beach in Bournemouth. It's been very nice today. I'm wearing shorts. It's lovely.
Oh, Damn, very nice. Gonna go swimming, or is it still too cold?
Thinking about it, but I've got a haircut booked at I think 4:15. So
very nice.
Actually, seeing as this will be like evidence of my hair,
damn!
Because this will be the last time I'm on this channel. Well, I mean, there's also the other videos and stuff that we've got coming out, but or one video. But these are my Jesus locks. Everyone, enjoy.
What, they're going, are they? Is this?
It's going. I'm getting rid of like the back and sides. I'm
damn.
I'm going quite short. But
you're going like OG Neil.
I'm gonna keep a lot of the length on top. Oh, my hair looks good though. This is the issue with getting a haircut when you've been growing your hair for a year.
You're rocking the look of like the open fucking shirt with
this is a vibe. Why am I
It looks like you need to be stood on like a beach doing like this, and like the wind is like.
Put that on the green screen.
Singing a song. 420. Anyway.
I look like I should be doing some Christian rock.
Yeah, that's totally where my mind's going. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so next time you guys see me, I will have shorter hair. I'm gonna keep most of the length on top and go kind of shorter.
Oh really?
On the sides.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for the Marco.
Nice. GG.
Who you'll see in the 420 video that comes out in 3 days.
Yeah, he is in that. He's a bouncer.
He is.
In a turtleneck.
Yeah.
Bouncers wear turtlenecks.
They do now.
It's canon.
They do in the claw. Anyway, onto the topic that we were actually going to discuss this week.
Oh yeah.
I mean, do you want to talk about Kong v?
We can talk about it because I think
Godzilla v Kong.
I think we both know that we're not going to talk about it for too long.
Yeah,
so we might as well just talk about it now and get it out of the way.
We haven't actually spoke about it. I don't think.
No, so it'd be quite nice to actually sort of, for context, we are talking about, and it's probably the title of this video, Godzilla versus Kong.
Yeah, the movie that came out 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, and it's good. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I don't know what your opinion is on it.
See, okay, so I love that universe. I think 2014's Godzilla is fine. I like Kong Skull Island a lot. I loved Godzilla King of the Monsters.
Okay.
I thought this one was pretty okay and good. I think it's pretty good.
Okay, cool.
I don't know, because obviously cinemas aren't open in England. I know that it's the biggest box office opening since the pandemic in America.
Yeah, I think so.
But yeah, we can't go to the cinema and watch it. And it's kind of become like a tradition with me and Sam. We watched Kong and we watched King of the Monsters together in the cinema. And I was when they announced they were like finally doing it and it was going to be the next one, I was like, cool. Very excited, and I think just watching it on my laptop kind of brought me down. I was like, it became just a lot of like buzz noise and like.
That's fair. Yeah, it's definitely a larger than life movie.
Yeah, I probably will go back at some point and watch it on a big TV, but because I wanted to do that at home, but because obviously I've been home for the last couple of weeks and. I wanted to do that, but there was just never a point where like the front room was free because my mum didn't want to watch it, and I was like, okay, cool. No. So I watched it on my laptop, and I'm pretty sure I zoned out at the very end.
Oh, okay.
I remember very little of the. I remember Kong like dislocating his arm and hitting it against a building.
Oh yeah, that is the thing that happened
because of a fucking lethal weapon. That was very exciting. And I hated Millie Bobby Brown in it.
Why?
Because why was she there? What did she add? Because they got her in the previous one, and it was like, it's Stranger Things actress. Yeah, she's a bankable actress. That's fair.
And then they were like, let's bring her back in this one. Remember characters?
Remember her mum died?
Oh yeah.
I was like, yeah, because that's the problem with this. Like, except for I think Kong Skull Island, the human stories are the least interesting.
Yeah, the Kong one was pretty good because it felt super tied in with it all.
With Kong and
Yeah.
Oh, do you mean the Skull Island human storyline or the?
Yeah. It was all.
It felt like it was a war movie where they found Kong.
Yeah.
Whereas the other ones have sold themselves on just being like big monster movies, and I'm like,
yeah,
stop showing me humans.
It was really stylish. Like I really like Kong Skull Island is just like a stylish looking movie. Like whoever directed that.
So
like,
good
GG
Apocalypse Now kind of homage. You get that
Isn't there a bit-
orange like tint on everything. It's nice.
Sam Jackson's death, I think he doesn't use napalm on Kong and like from the flames and it's all like darkness and just the fire is lighting him
and it's like reflecting on everyone's skin and their eyes and stuff. It's very cool.
And I think my favorite bit was the Tom Hiddleston bit,
the slow mo.
It's like the mustard gas or whatever it is, and he gets a samurai sword and chucks on a gas mask, and it just like it's like profile shot of him as he's like
it's just like ridiculous fun.
Yeah, like there's no point holding back, and I don't think they did in that movie.
Who's
like,
taking this seriously? No one.
Which is like my biggest gripe, and I think we've said this talking about like King of the Monsters and stuff, was that the Tom Hiddleston character should have come back, and he should have been Charles Dance, and like it should have been all that. Maybe some flashbacks to when he's young and is still Tom Hiddleston, but it's just you needed those little continuity crossovers.
You've got a young posh British guy and an old posh British guy, and they're not the same person. What are you doing?
That should have been like a cool reveal, like because. No one really cares about the lore or the continuity too much in this series, but it would have been nice to have like a little like, ooh, it's a little twist, and like, you know, oh, there he is. He was a good guy in the last one. Now something's made him jaded and old in this one, and he hates the monsters.
It gives you more of a connection to a character without like, and like it just confirms the universe a bit, and it would have been a nice setup to Godzilla v Kong, because you're like, well, they're definitely. Like, there's connections already.
Yeah, that's true. And like, especially if, like, so, as Tom Hiddleston, he comes to like Kong, and then in King of the Monsters, as Charles Dance, he doesn't like Godzilla. That fits perfectly into the Versus one, because he's clearly on Team Kong, you know what I mean? It's like, so they could have done something like that, but I don't know. Maybe they tried and they just couldn't get him back, or like, I don't know. It's possible, but maybe it just wouldn't work. But yes, which team were you on going in? Who did you want to win?
Kong.
Yeah, I also was Team Kong. I was kind of hoping you were going to say Godzilla.
No, I like Godzilla. Yeah. Godzilla's too OP, so Kong was the underdog.
Yeah, and I think they did like a triple bluff there as well, because like I kept being adamant that the reason Godzilla King of Monsters existed was that so in this movie Godzilla would be king. Kong is just called Kong, and when he beats Godzilla, he becomes King Kong, and that would have been the ultimate like, oh shit. But I wonder if they were like one step ahead, and they were like, okay, everyone knows that Godzilla should win, so they're going to expect us to let Kong win, so Godzilla should win. And yeah, like whatever.
That sounds like the conspiracy theory guy from the movie. being like, it's all set up.
Have you? Is it called The Princess Bride? What's that movie called?
The Princess Bride is a movie.
It's like the 80s movie.
Inconceivable.
Yes, that guy.
Yeah.
And he does this like, you must have thought I'd picked this poison, so I drink this one.
Yeah,
but you would have known that I would have picked this one. So
it just keeps going back and forth.
Yeah. That's how they were in the writers' room for Kong versus Godzilla.
But in the end, no one wins.
Okay, so I've seen some people say this, and I kind of disagree. Like,
I think Godzilla wins, right? Because Kong's like out of it.
Kong was on death's door.
Yeah,
he would have died if not for like the bullshit defibrillator machine that they created or whatever. So like and like they said this going in, they were like, don't worry, there will be a winner, like we're not gonna do some bullshit. And like it was teetering on the edge of like being bullshit, like, you know.
I think because like obviously I've said I'd zoned out because it just became noise. But it was like Kong gets knocked down and then Godzilla fights Mecha Godzilla. Is it Mecha or Mega?
It's Mecha.
Mecha Godzilla.
Yeah.
And then Kong sort of gets up and helps finish him off, and then there's like a mutual understanding.
So
is that it?
So no. So Godzilla actually gets Kong, like Godzilla like claw. It's sort of like a brutal win because he's sort of on the back foot and he's like, "Rah!" And he sort of starts clawing at Godzilla, and it really fucks up.
Kong.
Godzilla claws at Kong, and it really fucks him up, and he's like on the floor, and it looks like he's gonna sort of like, do the fire breath and stuff.
Thing, yeah.
But instead, he just sort of roars in his face, and then Kong roars back, and I think it's supposed to be like a merciful death. Like Godzilla could have finished him off, but Kong showed bravery, like even at death's door. So Godzilla was like, and I sort of left and like, I won, but you can die slowly now,
yeah,
or something like that. That was how I read it anyway.
I do remember that.
Respected him, yeah, because
it just became two CGI tennis balls screaming at each other.
Yeah,
like,
pretty much.
Okay.
I mean, we'll get back to this, because I think the action was quite good. I think it was quite legible. I think the camera was far enough back most of the time that it was.
Yeah, they seem to be following the Pacific Rim 1 approach, where it's like all cameras are all in realistic places, and and
absolutely.
the early Transformer movies where it was like Transformer 1, it always feels like you're watching a camera, because you usually are, because they mix practical and CG.
Like the sort of the famous like jet shot when he like does a backflip and turns into a jet fighter, and like it's all like whoa,
it's all like shot from low, like oh crap, barely keeping up type thing.
There was a really cool shot during I think it was the Hong Kong fight, where like the camera's like almost on Kong's shoulder, and it like sticks with him as he's like running, and it is such a cool shot because obviously he's like bounding through like buildings, and then he like ends the shot with like a punch to Godzilla's face, and it's like that, so cool. Like they really like tried to do it interestingly, as opposed to just like, oh god, like they're punching each other. Like they were trying interesting shots and like doing it in different ways.
I really, really, really enjoyed the Hollow Earth stuff.
Yeah.
I thought like them being like, yeah, we need to go to the Hollow Earth, and then like once Kong was there, I was like, this is sick, because like Kong just running around and there being all these crazy creatures, and I was like, that's fun.
It was very silly, but it was quite cool.
And that bit where he jumps and he like flips and he's like lands on the other, like, that was all cool.
He's being all inquisitive and like discovering like the history of his people and stuff. Because I do like that they really. I think in previous movies they've sort of established that Godzilla's definitely like an intelligent creature, and it's quite nice for them to then do that for Kong as well. Like these two aren't just two massive monsters like idiots punching each other. Like they're both switched on, and like based on that civilization, like Kong definitely could become like hyper intelligent and like be building structures and like statues and all those kind of things, which is quite cool. But Godzilla had to fucking fire breath through the earth to him. That was the dumbest fucking thing. Oh my god! But sure, whatever.
Yeah. See,
did he climb all the way up, or he like fell upwards? I don't know what was.
I think he
about.
fell upwards. I think maybe gravity brought him back. I don't know.
It's so weird though, because like when they go through the Hollowed Earth like tunnel, they go into like almost like a hyperspace area. It's like completely black, and then they sort of go warp speed through something.
Yeah.
But then Godzilla just does it, and it's like, is it just a hole? Like, or is there that void in between? Like, what is? They sort of glossed over that bit because they were like, we need Kong to get back to the surface to beat up Godzilla some more.
Yeah, and I'm glad that it wasn't like Godzilla came to Kong and like you got this fight in this like
CG
no stakes environment. Like bring it back to that. We're here for the destruction. Everyone knows that.
Yeah. We're here for the. Whoa! Look how big they are. We got no context of size when they're down there because it's all massive and stuff.
Yeah,
Did you see Mechagodzilla coming? That's not. Did you see him on his way? Was he?
It's pretty loud. So yeah, I think I did.
Did you see that scene?
I think I did in kind of the build up to Godzilla v Kong, and then once I was watching the movie, I didn't. I was like, ah. And then I saw the tubes and the big skeleton, and I was like, well, something's going on here.
Yeah, something is afoot.
I think I probably got it like 10 minutes before they showed it, and then when they showed it, I was like, that's pretty sweet because, yay, we're getting.
Yeah, that thing. Like, I don't have like a big knowledge of. I think it's called like the Toro or Tori or something like that in Japan. It's like the studio that owns all these sort of monsters, and like they do all the monster movies and the costumes and stuff.
The originals.
Yeah. But I knew about like Mechagodzilla and a few of the other ones. Mm-hmm. The thing that tipped me off was right at the opening when Godzilla shows up, trashes that facility, and the guy discovers like the big ball. Because I was like, that looks like an eye. I was like, wait a minute, no. I was like, they can't be. Really? Like, they must be, right?
See, I didn't. I kind of forgot that happened. Like when it happened, I was like, oh, that's really interesting. I wonder what that is. And then he goes back and he's like, there was a thing here. And I was like, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, there was a thing.
And then I just didn't think about it at all. I was like, sure. Who cares?
And they get on their super speed train.
Yeah.
Underground train.
I hated everything with those guys. I liked him at the beginning. When he was like
doing his podcast.
Yeah, and breaking into that dude's thing and downloading stuff into a USB and all this shit. But yeah. As soon as it became the kid from Deadpool 2 and Millie Bobby Brown running about trying to solve mysteries in a van, I was like, oh, God.
I think people refer to them as they were Team Godzilla, and then the other lot followed Kong, obviously Team Kong. But I think Team Godzilla, like, all they did was, like, went set to set, and they were the POV characters that discovered that there was a Mechagodzilla, and then all they contributed to it was pouring a bit of liquid on a machine to temporarily make Mechagodzilla not really function, and that's all they did. Because I was like,
Mechagodzilla becomes sentient, right? It becomes like
I think the implication is it's like the like soul of King Ghidorah or whatever from the previous movie, the three-headed dragon was still
the skeleton, right?
Yeah,
right.
because the three heads could communicate via telepathy. The skull could still do that, even though it's a skull and not a brain.
But whatever.
And then that consciousness went into the Godzilla, the Mechagodzilla, I think, and like it became sentient.
Yeah,
it was dumb.
That's the thing. These films are stupid.
They are very,
and
stupid.
We love them.
Yeah, like okay, so in recent years we've had three, as far as I'm aware, big blockbuster versus movies between two iconic characters. We've had Captain America Civil War, Captain America Iron Man, Batman v Superman, obviously Batman v Superman, and this one also aptly named Godzilla vs Kong. And I think this is the second best out of those three behind Civil War. Like, I think it's better.
That's
you might feel differently. I know your opinion has changed, I think, on Batman v Superman. I think I could be wrong.
No, I think I'm probably inclined to agree. Like, I like the director's cut of Batman v Superman, but it's still not great.
Yeah, still a bit.
It's a lot better than fucking the original cut, the theatrical version. But it's fine.
Yeah.
Civil War is like a masterpiece in like pacing and everything, and story structure. I think is great.
Yeah,
but probably. Although I didn't fall asleep but I think the reason I didn't like Godzilla vs Kong is because I didn't have like popcorn and a drink
in a dark room.
Yeah, I didn't have the cinema experience, and I do think that took away from the movie, because it's a movie to watch like for spectacle, right? It's not.
Oh yeah,
we're not watching
that
it for
whole Hong
movie.
Kong scene. Like that is whole. It's like neon and like glowing lights. You want to see that in like a dark room, massive on a screen. That would probably be like a proper spectacle. But I suppose on your laptop, like midday, the sun's like coming in. You know, you're not getting that sort of experience. I guess. So
yeah,
maybe that is a contributing factor. I guess. But yeah, I think just going back to the versus thing. I think. With this, at least, we had like interesting fight scenes, like different terrains, multiple fights between the two of them, like interesting uses of their powers, and there was a definitive winner. Whereas like Batman, and you get that with Civil War, like they fight multiple times, like with teams, solo, and like, you know, they use all their different abilities and like different ways to fight, and obviously there's a definitive winner. Cap wins. Whereas Batman v Superman, like they fight once, they don't do anything interesting with their abilities. It's all very slow and like trudging.
Yeah, and then you get the bullshit,
the Martha thing, and like, it's
the
just
bullshit.
Like a stalemate.
No one wins because we're friends now. Like,
yeah, the winner was friendship. Like, yeah,
fuck that.
So like that. I mean, I'm not trying to turn this into a shit on Batman v Superman thing, but I think it's interesting to put those three together because now there's three of them as opposed to just the two to compare.
But I mean, there's also. Freddy versus Jason, Alien versus Predator, Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Oh my god,
versus
the World
versus Evil. There's a lot.
But
so where does it sit in that? Because like Scott Pilgrim's pretty good.
Yeah, that is true. I can't believe they got the World.
I can't believe we were in that movie.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy to think. It's strange. All of us. We were all in
everyone.
Together. And we lost to Scott Pilgrim. But yeah. That's that.
No, yeah, I think that's all you can really say about Godzilla. Like, I've seen a lot of like hour-long podcasts about Godzilla v Kong, and I'm like, is it just because there's fuck all else out? Like,
I think probably.
Like, we're just all clamoring to have something to be passionate about in whatever way.
Yeah. I think it's just thinking about it as well. It's kind of interesting because you've got Godzilla beats Kong.
Mm-hmm.
Kong beats Mechagodzilla.
Mm-hmm.
Like they do fighting together, but ultimately it's Kong that wins with a powered up axe from Godzilla, and Mechagodzilla beats Godzilla. So you've got like a triangle,
a trifecta of.
Yeah, it's like rock, paper,
victories.
Scissors. Like, Mechagodzilla beats Godzilla, but he loses to Kong.
You'll see all the kids on the playground playing that.
Godzilla, Mechagodzilla, Kong!
The Easter break. It's like... Godzilla.
Kong.
Mechagodzilla. Kong. I don't know.
Yeah. Godzilla... Mechagodzilla, just slightly like more roboty. That was Mechagodzilla. No, it wasn't. You did Godzilla.
You seen the Friends outtake where they're playing rock paper scissors and Joey does this, and Ross is like, "What the fuck is that?" And they all laugh and then they do it again. And Ross does his line, he goes, "What is that?" And Joey goes, "It's fucking fire!" It's very funny. Is
that like uncensored? Did they beep?
Yeah, it was. I can't remember. I think it was uncensored, but like it came. It surfaced recently.
Ah, right, cool.
But yeah, it was because obviously it's what is that? It's fire, and that's the joke. But they just for some reason both swear. It's very funny.
Probably weird and jarring to see that.
Yeah, it's very strange to see that on like such a family friendly, although now politically incorrect show.
Yeah. Cool. Last thing, Godzilla versus Kong. Would you want to see some kind of sequel?
I could watch more. I could watch more of this. Like, but I think I want another Kong movie. I think I want like,
just
give me Kong.
Godzilla's had 2 now, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So I mean, arguably this is a Kong movie because Godzilla isn't really in it.
It's much more. I really liked the first attack on the boats.
Yeah,
I've really enjoyed that
because like Godzilla had the home field advantage massively there, just interesting.
Or just like being in the sea and like Kong probably doesn't swim a lot.
Yeah.
I thought the whole thing of Kong living in like a simulation was very weird.
That was strange. Like, how did they build that?
Yeah, where did any of this come from? Like,
yeah, because they sort of drop a line in later that like, we built the dome because suddenly a storm appeared over Skull Island, so we like what?
It felt like the Truman Show.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, that was weird. Like a weird, like just a strange status quo to start the movie with. Oh, we're doing it to protect Godzilla. That was the thing that bothered me right off the bat. Like, not to keep this going, but another thing that I thought of.
Do it.
Was you kind of want, or personally anyway, in like these versus movies, you want it to start at like 0 and then like slowly like escalate to the point where they fight. Whereas like the movie from the start was like, yeah, Godzilla would go after Kong, so we're protecting him, and I'm like, oh, what? I wanted them to like realize that, and like, or like the first time Godzilla shows up, that's when they put it together. Like, whoa.
Yeah,
they see each other as like apex predators, so they need to fight each other. But they just knew that was going to happen from the start, and I was like,
yeah,
oh.
no, I get what you mean. Like, it could have been like they're trying to find the Hollow Earth, so they take Kong from Skull Island, like they do in the original King Kong, and he wakes up on the boat and starts freaking out. Maybe does like a roar or something, and then Godzilla appears, and then it's like.
They're like, oh shit!
Like maybe
what's going on
Godzilla
here?
doesn't know about the existence of Kong because he's been protected by Skull Island.
Yeah, like confined to this like stormy island for years.
And then it's like an energy blast of some kind from Kong alerts Godzilla, and then Godzilla attacks. As opposed to just like automatically always. It could have even just been like something as simple as like Godzilla's still tranked, but like his arm flops and hits the water.
And he like senses
and he just sniffs it out. Like something like that. That would have been...
I smell giant gorilla.
Yes. Meat's back on the menu, boys.
I just wanted them to like start off from 0 and like I think you're right. Like some sort of flavor text in there, like, oh, maybe Godzilla won in the past, and like, you know, all the Kongs were left on Skull Island.
Yeah, maybe that's why they're there.
But yeah, so no, I'd like a sequel. I don't know what they do with it, but some kind of Kong.
I'd
thing.
like
I think
even if they just did
so
like
much you can do.
If
you know,
like, could they go back to Skull Island and like maybe this storm that's happened has like transformed it a little bit, and so there's now more crazy things, and even if like Kong's not in it, like those other creatures and stuff, because like the skull
walkers,
or yeah, it was whatever the dumb name that John C. Reilly came up with. Yeah, like
skull crawlers.
They're skull crawlers. Yeah, that's.
I think it's crawlers. Yeah.
Which get a name drop in this, right? Millie Bobby Brown's like, because they're in like the tubes in the.
Oh yeah.
She's
baby
like,
ones.
skull crawlers. I was like, that's dumb.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I'd go and watch one.
Oh yeah, absolutely. At this point, you're gonna run out of things that you can keep doing with giant monsters, so they need to think of something else, I guess. Maybe there's probably some awesome villain monster in like the backlog of all those different monsters.
Yeah, because that was, I think that was kind of part of the problem. Like in King of the Monsters, they burn through a lot of the big ones.
Yeah, that was a very interesting choice to do that.
Yeah, like Mothra and
Rodan.
Yeah, all of them. Like all of them kind of seem to appear, and it seemed to be just only Godzilla and Kong left.
Yeah, and then they're all just gone.
Yeah,
like, what the fuck?
I don't know.
Interesting, weird choices. But oh well.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's leave it there. I think that's probably enough to say about it. We managed to get more out of it.
Yeah, we spent the first 15 minutes talking about
that's true.
Us just having a real vanity check. But yeah, next week we will be talking about Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Absolutely.
Because unlike WandaVision, we didn't feel kind of energized by the first episode to be able to talk about it week by week, which I kind of think is a good shout on our part.
Yeah, you'd be sort of stretching it a bit thin.
Yeah, because it is a 6-hour movie or whatever they've.
Yeah, it definitely seems that way.
Will be, so I'm probably gonna rewatch it all in the week and then watch Friday's episode, and then we'll chat about it. We're also gonna have a new LampPost member on. The final one for now, anyway. Who hasn't been on it yet? He's the only member of the LampPost who hasn't been on any of our channel.
Yeah,
I do believe
Marco obviously appeared in 420. I think that's as much as he appeared, but it still counts.
Yeah,
so Dan's making his debut.
Yes, our good friend Dan.
Yeah, Dano.
So yeah, we'll be talking about Falcon and the Winter Soldier and getting to know Dan a bit, and
yeah,
it should be quite
getting
fun.
to know him. We added him to the LampPost.
Yeah, who is Dan?
We have no idea.
I think his name's Dan.
Yeah, maybe we could talk about a bit of D&D and stuff.
Yeah,
We've
maybe.
run out of things to talk about the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Dan loves Dungeons and Dragons because he's a big old nerd. No, Dan's loved Dungeons and Dragons for as long as I've known him, and I've loved Dungeons and Dragons for the last year. So, because of Dan, he forced us to play it in lockdown, and it's actually really fun.
It's fantastic.
It's a lot of fun.
And my character it's just me.
It is.
I didn't even try.
I mean, mine's like a heightened. Mine's drunk me.
Yeah.
I'm not.
We were both just like, fuck it. Let's just put ourselves into the game.
And now we've been playing for a year, and we're like,
yeah,
we're not even role playing in this RPG.
Yeah, just heightening our realities for a few hours every Sunday.
But yeah, I'm very excited to talk about it next week because yeah, it's been a weird show so far.
Yeah,
a bit up and down.
Interesting to see how it ends.
But it's on and up at the minute.
Yes, sure. Definitely. What's in the box?
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
Comment below what you think is in the box. It's got nothing to do with the title of this video, but people would be like, "What?
Why does it say blue wings? What the fuck?
What does this mean? Is that a creature in the Godzilla mythos?
The Kong sequel we want. The villain is blue wings."
But yeah,
anyway,
it's been good to be back, and we should be back a little bit more regularly now.
Yeah,
but we'll see.
Back on the regular.
I mean, no one's watching this anyway, so we can upload them as and when we please.
Exactly. And if and when we ever get massive as a YouTube channel, there'll probably be someone who goes through these, a fan, like, oh, I want to listen to some more LampPost content. And like, so if you're listening 5, 7, 10 years from now, hello to you.
Yeah.
And comment and say,
to you
I
alone.
did it. I'm here. I'm the fan that listened to them all.
Yeah, Jesus. 53. So, 54 if you've also watched the April Fool's one.
Yeah. I removed the number from that one. I updated it to just say April Fool's.
Okay. Nice.
But, yeah. So cool. Anyway, that's a good place to wrap up.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you very much for watching. Feel free to leave a like and smack subscribe. And thank you very much. Cheers.
Bye.